How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. And today we're going to be talking about Mullen Automotive. And I must say, considering that it is a speculative play, it held itself up fairly well considering how choppy the markets were since we did have the CPI numbers that were released. We'll talk about it further in this video. I won't waste any more time. Let's jump into the agenda. If you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below inside the description. But if you're a shareholder, you're thinking about taking a position, I highly suggest you watch this full entire video. So the first thing we're going to go over is a technical analysis. We're going to be taking a look at the overall price action. We want to know support. We want to know resistance. We want to know what it looks like in the bearish case scenario and as well as in the bullish case scenario. And then we're going to be going on Fintel, taking a look at the short interest information. The reason why this is important because it does have an impact on the way the stock performs. And then we're going to be taking a look at the order flow distribution. We want to know the buying and the selling behavior on the retail side and as well as on the institutional side. And then when all of that is done, we'll be going into the final thoughts and as well as some more details. So let's get to it. So we're going to do a technical analysis for MULN. Let's see how it performed on the day. So it ended up closing at $2.47, being down 7.14%. On the low, it tested $2.42, and then on the high, testing $2.71. When we take a look at the volume stats on the day, you can see we traded at 52.516 million shares, and the average volume over 10 trading days is at 133.144 million shares. So we did have below average volume on the day, and it's part of the reasons why we've seen some weakness in the stock. Now, when we take a look at our chart, which is the daily chart, you can see from the RSI down below, it is at 50.72. And then when we take a look at our moving averages here on the chart, we are below the 200-day, the 100-day, but we are above the 50-day, but we are below the 21-day EMA. It is at 248, and we close at 247. So not too far off whatsoever. Now, if we decide to have a pullback going into tomorrow, I want to see Mullen continuing to hold up support right here above $2.22. If it is able to do that, then we know it is continuing to trade in a tight range and it still makes the chart bullish. Now, as far as for what you want to see on the upside is passing that high of the day at $2.71. So I'd want to see a push from Mullen going to $3. This has been a resistance area as of late. We've made some numerous opportunities to actually get there as well. But the moment we can get to 3, it can get very interesting for this play because then we could see a move to the upside, and then our next resistance level to think about will be right around $3.50. And upon passing this level, this is where I'd want to see us get to the 100-day, which is right here around $3.79. And if you guys remember, like I said, if it pulls back, we want to see support holding at $2.22. But if it wants to go back even further, then I'm looking for strength to hold up right at the $2 level. So add that to your homework and as well as your due diligence. Do know we should be getting some more news for this coming month in regards to the Fortune 500 company, and I feel that's part of the reasons why we're continuing to see some strength in Mullen stock. Now let's move on to the short interest information. So we're going to take a look at the short interest information for Mullen. So the off-exchange short volume ratio is at 31.34%, and then for the off-exchange short volume, it is just over 15.14 million shares. Scrolling down further on the page, the short shares availability is at 150,000, updated 13 minutes ago. And then for the short borrow fee rate, it is at 149.09%. So it did go down considering the max on the day was at 220.52%. Now, when we take a look at the history of the short volume, we can see for the close of the 8th, it was at 48.37. And then for the close of the 11th, being at 31.34. So that is a significant change right there. But when we take a look at the short interest percentage of the float being at 15.92%, this tells us that Mullen does continue to have short squeeze potential. Now, let's move on to the order flow distribution. Now let's take a look at the order flow distribution for Mullen. So we see on the inflow, it is at 24.64, and then on the outflow, it's at 29.74. So we had an outflow day. Taking a look at the breakdown, on the large, it was 1.80. On the medium, it was 16.83. And then on the small, it was 6.01. Keep in mind, these numbers are in the millions. Taking a look at the outflow side, you can see on the large, it was 1.83. On the medium, it was 20.42. And then on the small, it was 7.49. When we take a look at the large scale orders in the last 5 days, you can see for April 12th, which is today, had that outflow of 0.02 million. And then on the 11th, we had an inflow of 0.8 million. Analyzing the numbers even further for the small scale orders that tend to represent the retail side, we had more selling than we had buying. And then when we take a look at what happened on the medium, we had more selling than we had buying. And then when we take a look at the large, that represents whales, institutions, and funds, we had more selling than we had buying. But keep in mind, it was still fairly close. And then when we take a look at the turnover ratio, it was at 22.09%. So this is not too bad for a volatile stock like Mullen. It is seeing a lot of interest from traders, but like I said in the beginning of the video, it's doing fairly well for a speculative play in this market environment. So let's go into the final thoughts, and we'll go over some more details as well. So for my final thoughts for Mullen Automotive, when it comes to the price action, if we continue to see a pullback in the stock, I want to see us hold support above $2.22. If we can continue to hold above this level and just consolidate, I want to look forward to seeing a strong move up. And what does that look like? So as far as what I want to see it get back to $3. But in order for this to happen, we need to get to that key level, which is around $2.86, and then seeing some more momentum from there. And then when we are able to hold down $3, the next level to look forward to will be around $3.50. And having strength there, I want to see us get to the 100-day, which is around $3.79. So add that to your homework, especially if you're looking for a bullish reversal. And as far as for the pullback or the bearish side, again, we want to see it hold at $2.22, and if that breaks, we want support to hold right at $2. We have to be aware there is a gap to the downside, which is at $1.79. I believe personally this play is holding itself up very well because many are looking forward to the news in regards to that Fortune 500 company that put in orders for their EV vans. So it's going to be an interesting month for this stock, and that's why I say keep it on your radar. Also, when we went on Fintel, taking a look at the short interest information, it does continue to have short squeeze potential. So the moment we have some buying pressure or we have a catalyst coming into the play, it can make a strong move to the upside. And don't forget, as far as for the short borrow fee, right now it is well over 140%. It did see a high today of above 220%. So that's why I say, even though we do have some shorts who are covering their position, since we did see a slight pullback in the stock, there are still many short sellers who are inside of this play. And that's why you want to make sure that you do your homework, know your entry, know your exit, pay attention to those levels, and when we do move, you're going to be ready. The last thing that I want you to do is FOMO. We've been doing a lot of these Mullen videos, so you should have a good idea in regards to your entry and as well as risk management and where you should be looking to take profit. So I will definitely be keeping a close eye on this play as this week progresses, due to the fact, again, we are in a high inflationary environment, and the fact that Mullen has been able to hold itself up, I think it deserves a lot of consideration whether you're an investor or you're a trader. But do know, if you are an investor, do your homework, do your due diligence before you jump into this play. I want to make sure I'm being very clear about that. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll be talking real soon.